Hi, I'm Benjamin.
Hi, Benjamin. This is Jean.
Hi.
And we're coming to the last.
Yes,
the
the
last
last
episode.
commandment.
Yes, the last commandment.
Yes, these commandments are talking
round.
about on integrity. Integrity. Yeah. This last one we have a case like last time we talked about Jesus was slapped by some people inside the
temple.
Not in the
church?
temple, in the high priest, in the house of the high priest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, it's not just in the temple. It's
Is it a
in
court?
the house of the high priest.
Okay.
It's only in his apartment.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, in his house. So when a lot of people want to point out that Jesus do something wrong, this or that, and they don't.
They want to pick on him, find some mistake, right?
But they
But he's
don't get
sinners.
evidence.
He's sinners.
Yeah, everybody say something bad, there's no evidence.
Right. Oh.
So the high priest asked Jesus, "There's a lot of people suit you, but why don't you say anything?" Right? Jesus don't answer, and the high priest asked Jesus, "Are you the Son of God?" Then Jesus say, "Oh, that's what you say."
Okay. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
He
You
didn't,
said that.
Yeah, he didn't say I didn't say that, but he say that's what you say. Yeah,
Okay.
you said it. Then Jesus say, "Oh, you will see, Son of God bring a lot of angels and come from the sky. You will see that." Then the high priest stand up and he rip his overcoat and say, he rip his overcoat and say, this guy is already sinful.
Okay.
Then how we
Execute.
he didn't say execute. He didn't say how we
Punish,
treat him.
punish.
How to treat him.
Okay.
So everybody say execute him.
Okay.
So then in this things happen, when these things happen, outside, actually there's two disciples. One is John and one is Peter. John, because he knows some people working in high priest's
inside the
house, then they bring John in and see that the case, that thing happened in Jesus.
Okay.
And the other disciple is Peter.
Uh-huh.
Because he didn't know anybody, so he has to stand outside and stand in the garden.
He's peeking.
Yeah, he stand in the garden. Then somebody working for high priests, he saw Peter and recognized him. Say, "Oh, you're with that man."
You're one of them.
Yeah, you're one of them. Yeah, I saw you with that man.
Okay.
Peter say, "Oh no." No, you make a mistake. No, I'm not. Then he went away and stand in the corridor, in front of the corridor.
Right.
Okay. And there's another worker walked by and saw Peter say, "Oh, you're one of those people. Your accent so like betrayed you already."
Yes.
And Peter say, "No, you make a mistake. No, not at all." And he swear, "No," right? And then afterward, there's another worker walk by say, "Oh, you are one of those guys.
Yes.
I know you." Then Peter say, "Oh no," and then he swear, and then he cursed himself for that swear, and say he didn't know Jesus.
So he denied.
Yeah. After that, then he heard at that time the clock, right?
The clock.
Yeah. Yeah. The what's the rooster, right?
The rooster.
The rooster. The roosters they sing in the morning, right? The rooster sing. Then when Peter heard the rooster sing, then he ran out and cried because before Jesus say, "Before the rooster sing, you have to deny me 3 times."
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So that exact.
Yeah, that exact. So Peter ran out and cried. Mm-hmm. This how it will link up with their integrity. Because Jesus say, we live in the world like the light in between of all the people. Like you see a lamp, you don't put it under the something not see-through.
Under a cover.
Under a cover, right? You have to put it on top of the table so that the whole room is light up and everybody can see.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you are like the light.
Right.
And then Jesus also say, a castle built in the mountain, you cannot hidden. That means like something, if this is a fact, you cannot hide it. So Jesus tell us to be integrity when living in this world. In the case of Peter, you see like this commandment linked up with agape, the second part of agape. Like when we're facing something like we are in dangers, then we will be afraid. Right? We don't want to be tortured. We don't want to be suffer, something like that. Right? So we will escape. And somehow we'll lie about that. Right?
For sure.
But that is something that Peter for.
Yeah. He
and
didn't pass the test.
He don't pass the test.
He didn't pass
It's
it.
crime,
Definitely.
right? He don't pass that test. We also have another story. Is in John Gospel, John Gospel, mentioned in John Gospel that in the last in the final page, it mentioned about like Jesus is already arose. When he's executed and buried, and then he arose, right? And some disciples saw him a few times. Afterward, the disciple think like in Peter, like a big brother. Peter say, "Okay, we go back to fishing," because he's a fisherman, right? And they got to have something for living, right? So he go back to fishing. So they go back to fishing. In the nighttime, they try to catch all the fish, put the net in the sea, and they catch nothing.
The lake.
Yeah, catch nothing. So almost to the morning, they saw like a guy in the shore, right? Quick, like shout very loud to them, say, "You put the net to the other side." So they try, right? Because there's nothing to lose. They put the net on the other side, and then suddenly they cannot take it out from the water because it's so heavy, right? Then they ask the other ship to help.
Right.
And John stand beside Peter, say, tell Peter, "Oh, it's the Lord." Then Peter, because his bare body, right? And he put on overcoat.
Right,
So he had got nothing, right? Because he's a strong guy, right? He's a fisherman. So he put on the overcoat and then swim to the shore. And he saw Jesus sit down on the beach, right, with some fire, right? He already have a campfire, preparing.
Marshmallow.
No marshmallow, but a campfire. So he walked in front and then sit down in front of Jesus. And all the other disciples already have those fish, right, pulled to the shore. There's 153 big fishes. And Jesus asked, "Take some fish here." So they take some fish and then give it to Jesus, and they have starting barbecue.
Barbecue.
Have a barbecue, right? Very nice, right? So all the disciples sharing the breakfast. So Jesus asked Peter, by that time, nobody make a sound. Nobody want to say something.
Right. That was already
they already know they make a big mistake. And why Jesus has to come, right? Because they know they already make a mistake in front of Jesus. So Jesus asked Peter, "Do you agape me as well, like compare with
The fish.
the fish, right? He didn't say the fish, but compare with, right?
Right.
Something.
Right.
Of course, we think it's the fish,
Okay,
right?
okay.
You can guess it's
Okay.
Jesus mean the fish. So do you agape something, right? Compare with this. So Peter answer, say, I love you.
So
And
funny.
he's so funny. This guy's so funny. And afterward, like a while, and Jesus asked again, "Do you agape me more
Over
than
that?
the
Yeah.
dad?" Okay. And Peter answered, "Oh, you know I love you." Then after a while, and Jesus asked Peter, "You love me?" Oh, it really broke his heart, right?
Right.
And Peter say, "Oh my Lord, you know everything, right? You
Right.
know I love you, truly love you."
Right.
But you know the background answer is he cannot agape
Right,
Jesus,
right,
right?
right.
So in this story we know, right? Even Peter cannot guarantee himself agape Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So how can we agape God,
Right.
right?
Right.
You may say, "Oh, definitely he failed." No, but it's not, right? We have lifetime to learn to achieve the commandment. When you learn, you know that it's been accepted.
So the goal is not to be enlightened or be perfect with the commandment. It's more like you are continuously
Yeah.
working on it.
Yes, yes.
Right.
You got to working on
Yes.
it and seriously working on it.
Right.
Right.
Seriously working
Yeah.
on it.
Continue to working on it.
Try to achieve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Paul has this comment about that. He say, you can do everything. He said, I didn't feel I make any mistake, but I cannot, because I didn't feel I make mistake, I'm the righteousness, right? That's what Paul say, right? Yeah. Although like Paul, he didn't feel he make a mistake. Like Peter, he make some mistake, right? But by the end, he also make no mistake because he be the leader of the all the disciple, right? So of course he didn't make a big mistake on that, right? He didn't make something wrong, but he cannot judge himself as righteous.
Right.
Then
Of course.
because this judge power is from God.
Right.
Only God can judge everybody,
Oh, okay.
right? And there's a rule we learned before is the judgment come because when you judge people, the standard become the standard to judge you. So we have to be awake and be careful. Don't make this mistake.
Right.
Then everybody can pass, right? It's not hard to achieve actually, but
Agape is really a little bit not easy. Now you can, even though you reach it, like as far as my experience, you could do it. You understand it, how it works, and you could do it, but not 100% of the time.
Yeah,
Sometimes we still choose to not do it, but at least you're conscious. You're choosing.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's what's important. At least you're conscious about it.
Yes,
Right.
yes. So we once learn about that, like we have to be awakened. Then you have a true heart, like you already be honest to
Right,
yourself,
honest to yourself,
right?
yes.
And then you have to make those camel pass through the eye of the needle,
Yeah.
and then you get to live on
Happiness, right?
Happiness,
Yeah.
yeah. You live at this moment,
Live at the moment,
yeah,
yeah.
you will have to learn to be merciful and train up your right brain.
Yeah.
Then you have to live a holy life.
Uh-huh.
You live a holy life. You again more train up your right brain,
Right.
and then you have to learn agape.
Okay.
That's it.
So that's all the 10 commitments.
Yeah, that's
and,
all the 10 commitments.
the last one and this one, last one was kindness, right? This one is integrity. It's more like to learn. It's a bonus round to learn like the characters of God.
Yes.
And then so pretty much that's I cannot say all we know about Bible, but the most important things that we should know about Bible. Even though we skip everything else, these are the true value, the message. The Bible that wants to deliver, right?
Jesus said, we have to run the narrow road. The narrow road is very hard to be achieved. The big road is easy, but you fall to the hell. The narrow road go to lead you to God, to eternal, right? What he mean by the narrow road, that means is this 10 Commandments. This 10 Commandments inside the Bible, the Bible is so big, like a big road. You can learn everything in the Bible running that big road. But if you want to be eternal and meet God, you have to run this narrow road. Is only 10 Commandments, very little, right?
Right.
I tell you, it's not easy, but everybody can do. Can try.
Yes.
Right?
So we have a video request on like someone wants to know something about Christmas, right? Why don't we talk something about Christmas? Because it seems like Christmas is related to Christians, as far as I know. About I don't know if Santa is Christian or not, but I thought Christmas is the whole point is to celebrate the birth, the birthday or whatever of Jesus, and then end up it may not be, but we're gonna talk about it next time.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.